Okay, hello to my four beautiful daughters, Miller, Maz, and Colette Quinn. I hope you're having a great weekend, great birthday weekend, Miller. Okay, I'm at Lifetime Fitness Savage. Okay, first of all, I gotta thank Lifetime Fitness for helping me clear out my brain and my pineal gland. It took a good 2 or 3 years of constant steam room, sauna, hot tubs, and then high temperature change intracellular cleanse is what we named it. Okay, and there's a lot of people doing it around the country. So if you can, go get yourself a lifetime gym membership. So I'm going to read you teleoperators, okay? A machine or device operated by a person at a distance. The location of the device could be in an adjacent room or on another planet. Use of such a machine allows tasks to be done deep in the ocean or on orbiting satellites. This is where you can create hurricanes, tsunamis, all this stuff from deep ocean waves, electric waves, magnetic waves. In orbiting satellites or in closer conditions where the goal is to manipulate radioactive materials without danger of exposure to the radioactivity. So that means they're on another level, or on if whoever's teleoperating Earth, there's different levels of it, okay? So that's teleoperators. Okay, tele in Latin means a web, okay? Any web-like structure. Now you have this that surrounds your pineal gland, and it's what connects both hemispheres of your brain. Okay, there's a web-like structure. There's like a little band-aid around, like a substance around your pineal gland. Okay, and then there's a web-like structure that connects both sides of your brain. Okay, telechoridia, part of the pia mater, covering the roof of the third and fourth cerebral ventricles. Teleconjunctiva, connective tissue. Elastica, elastic tissue. Subcutaneous, subcutaneous, connective tissue, superficial fascia. Okay. Telangia, pain felt at a distance from its stimulus. Okay, so if you open up any one of your computers, phones, or TVs, internet routers, you'll see these chips, these microchips, not like glazed potato chips that we all love, but actual microchips that surround your home. Okay, it's in your washer and dryer now. It's in almost everything you see. Even the thermostat. That's where the telesignals or the teleoperators can send signals, and they control people on command. Now, somehow this technology got in the hands of people down here. It's not the same one that they have like the orbiting satellites and on other planets, but like Nicki Minaj has it, like high school kids have it. Okay, and they can triangulate a signal from their phone and send it to anybody they want. And it's not like the full capabilities from up top, but that needs to stop. You need to put that technology away, because it hurts you too. Every time you use it, it destroys your pineal gland and makes you age. Does that make sense? So stop doing that shit, please. Okay, tellurium poisoning. Tellurium means earth. Tellurium poisoning, characterized by a garlic odor of all secretions and excretions, and a disagreeable odor to the breath. So if you have bad breath, your armpits smell, you're getting these signals. Perspiration and saliva are suppressed, resulting in dry skin and mouth, anorexia, nausea, drowsiness, and weakness. To treat it, here you go, give saline cathartics, increase your fluid intake, water, and induce perspiration. So that's why it was a fluke how I figured all this stuff out, by just going to this, like sweating all day. And think of it like an oil change for your body. You have to put a bunch of clean water in to get rid of all the poisons out of your body. Okay, and the only way to do it is with perspiration and extra water. Otherwise, treatment is symptomatic. Okay. Telocentric, location of the centromere in the extreme end of the replicating chromosomes, that there is only one arm on the chromosome. So you all have like a teleceptor or a receiver, okay? That's what your pineal gland is basically, and the web-like tissue, okay? And that's what receives all these signals, and it sends them throughout your body. So if you ever felt like a shock or a pulse or a twitch, okay, that's from this technology. Okay, teleceptor, okay, Latin scepter, a receiver. So that's your receiver, okay? A distance receptor, a sense organ that responds to stimuli arising some distance from the body, such as the eye, ear, and nose. Okay, that's where most of these signals can go through. So like headphones, the Bluetooth is really bad for you. Remember, Bluetooth technology is the technology that took down buildings in the Bible. And it's the same technology that took down the World Trade Center. It's just Bluetooth technology. You just need a stone, a rock, and a bunch of energy going into it. I know it sounds unbelievable, but again, believe in the unknown. That's what I've learned. Believe in the least believed. Okay, because we all have this herd pack mentality that once somebody they want us to believe in something, it takes a herd first to do it. So stop doing that. Have your own unique thoughts and ideas and beliefs. You shouldn't believe the same things other people believe just because the herd did it. So let's talk about the pineal gland, okay? This is the thing that begins the aging process in all of us, okay? So if you remember if you're a Bible thumper, okay, remember Genesis? They go over the ages of everybody. People live for 1,000 years, okay? And as soon as they start bringing ferrum and iron and steel here, it literally steals energy from you, okay? And it starts degrading your pineal gland, and it allows the secretion to begin, okay? So if you've had a kid that's went through puberty early, it just means they have so much iron, and it's the most radioactive chemical on Earth. Iron or steel or ferrum, they've had too much of it, okay? And if you go to the grocery store and you look on the food ingredients, there's iron, ferrum, or steel in almost in everything you eat, okay? Remember, they named it steel. Why did they name it steel? Because it steals your energy, okay? Atomic number means how many negative electrons are in it. Then you need to counteract it, number one, with a positive attitude, being happy, and positive protons. Say a proton is 1,836 times the power of a negative electron. Okay, so more good protons, more positivity, more happiness can kick this stuff's ass too. Okay, pineal, French, pine cone, shaped like a pine cone, pertaining to the pineal body or pineal gland. Pineal body, gland, a gland-like structure in the brain, shaped like a pine cone, and located in a pocket near the splenium, which is the band-aid of your brain, of the pineal gland, of the corpus callosum. It appears to be the major site of melatonin biosynthesis in most mammals and humans. Now, key word there, mammals and humans. Who has mammary glands? Female, or our women do, okay? So our women are technically, scientifically mammals because they produce milk. Okay, and they have a mammary gland. Okay, and then humans are men. So I want people to understand that. And again, any mammal can have a baby on their own. They don't need a human. So keep that in mind, ladies. You're very unique. There's so many different. They crossbred so many different species of us that our women, once they get all this stuff out of their system, the sky is the limit for them, and that's why they live longer. Okay. Even no matter how much we do to their bodies, our women are the planetary health signals, just like honey queen bees. That's all of our women, are also termed mommy glands, mammary glands. Okay? There is evidence that inhibition of secretion from the pineal gland is associated with the onset of puberty. So that's what begins the aging process. Okay? And it's caused by ferrum and iron. Every stoplight you drive by, every food you intake, okay, the more and more they're able to control you from the command center, which is on another planet. Okay, next I'm going to read to you brain sand. Okay, I'm going to read to you brain sand. Laminated bodies consisting principally of phosphates, carbonates of calcium and magnesium found in the pineal body. Okay, another thing I found that helps me is I take magnesium pills that I got from Lifetime here, or extra electrolytes and a lot of water. That helps flush all the iron out of your system. If you're an athlete, or like a singer, or whatever it is you do, you know that feeling you get when you listen to music and you like get really excited for a big game, like you get pumped up? That's your brain sand. Like it gets activated. That's what gives you all that natural adrenaline and rush. That's your brain sand or your pineal gland. Okay, that's what's all the source of all creativity, imagination. Okay, it's what people are able to like design something in their head, and then go write it down or go paint it, or put it in, bring it to life. That's your brain sand. Okay, another thing they attack, and it connects both sides of your brain. So once they get into your pineal gland and block it out, that's when we all start using only one side or one part of our brain. That's the saying, oh, we only use 10% of our brains or less. Well, that's true. That's by design. Okay, now I'm going to go over port. Okay, now if you look on your home internet router or modem, it's going to have a port of entry. Just like ships go to a port of entry, you have a passport that allows you to enter different countries. Okay, porta, Latin, gate, the point of entry of nerves and vessels into an organ or part. Okay, so that's those are your pores as well. We're similar to amphibians in the sense that all of our bodies have pores, those tiny little holes, like little pins. Anything can enter your pores. So that's why I tell people, take your shoes off and walk around barefoot for 2 hours a day. Okay, and if you can run barefoot, if nobody's gonna like judge you for it, like they did me, like they brought it up in my divorce that I walked around barefoot. That was one of the things they brought up in my divorce case. Miss Mac Santana, Glory Mac Santana. Okay, she said I was crazy because I was walking around with no shoes. It's actually the healthiest thing for you. Remember, you came out of your mother's water with no shoes, and nobody can tell us when shoes, the modern footwear, actually were placed on us. Some say around 1800, some say 1500. Okay, and they should be from a wood or plant woven fibers. Okay, like hemp or any source of plant woven fiber. That's what shoes should be made out of. They're made out of like synthetic oils and bad chemicals for your feet. That's why when you have a long day at work, okay, a lot of people that wear work boots, your feet kill at the end of the day. Go put them in the grass. Okay, or soak them in water and like make sure you get all that stuff out. Now I'm gonna go over fluke. They changed the spelling in this definition, or in this Taber's Medical Dictionary. The last one I got it from was the 13th edition, where it was spelled F-L-O-O-K. But this is what they do to try to confuse people. So fluke, F-L-U-K-E, Anglo-Saxon flock or flat fish, little fish, tiny little fish. A parasitic worm, okay, belonging to the class of Tremodia, phylum. Plata, like platypus, helminthines. Those parasitic in man belong to the order of Dignia. Most flukes have complex life cycles that include asexual generations that live in a mollusk, snail, or bivalve. Stages of a typical fluke include adult, egg, Micredium, Sporocyst, Redia, Sericea, and Metacaricea. Okay, a blood fluke, that's a cystostome. Flukes of the genus Cystostoma. Adults live principally in the mesocentric and pelvic veins. So if you've, like a hernia or whatever, if you feel those balls inside of you, those are the shells. Basically seashells building up inside of you. Okay, another thing the high temperature change workout does is it helps remove that. Like I had one come out of my foot. I had one come out of my pelvis region, okay? Just from constantly having my blood going and sweating, okay? And drinking lots of water. Bananas are really good for you. And then electrolytes, magnesium. So I'm going to go over pH balance. A lot of the reason for sickness is our pH balance is off. Like if you go urine and your urine is a dark color or even yellow, you want it clear. Okay? This is how kidney stones, Masons and stones develop inside your body. is you have crystals that develop inside your urine tract. Okay, and that's where kidney stones develop. So if you have a dark colored pee or if it smells, you need to start drinking lots of water and electrolytes. Okay, and you need to start sweating. If you're overweight like my mom was, a steam room would be the best thing for you. Okay, and I would invent this thing that all hospitals, you know, the movie Ratatouille, where all the mice go through like the wash thing. That's basically what we need as a country, just a high pressurized wash to start getting, and it'll get you to sweat. Okay, and then it would go cold, and then hot, and then cold, and then hot. That's how you get this stuff out of your body. So pH, potential of hydrogen. In chemistry, the degrees of acid or alkaline of a substance are expressed in pH values. Okay. The pH of a solution may be determined by electrically by a pH meter or color metric. So you can just by the color of your pee, you can tell. Okay. And then again, if you have body odor or your feet smell and you can smell it, okay, those are diseases starting to build in your body. And I've had it. Okay. A lot of my family members have had it. A lot of people have it, especially if you wear shoes all day long and socks. Okay, that's like a double coverage of your pores or your portals. Okay, Petra, Latin, stone. Combining form meaning stone, pertaining to the petrous portion of the temporal bone. So that's Stonesies, Bonesies, and Jonesies. I've been talking about this a lot. If you just go look at any road or highway, they're all made out of this very bad material for us, ferrum or cement. Okay, and you can see the cracks. You can see the rusts on the bottom of the bridges. That stuff is terrible for us. Okay, and that's why they have to constantly keep doing construction. Okay, all you need is like a golf course has like pathways of grass, like a golf green, putting green. That's what most roads and sidewalks should be made out of. Okay, and again, there's technology for anti-gravity that already exists. That's how these people get up and down to the different planets. Okay? To petrify, to convert into stone and make rigid. Okay? That's petrified. Don't be petrified. Kidney stone. Calculus, or crystalline mass present in the pelvis of the kidney, composed principally of urates, oxalates, phosphates, and carbonates, varying in size from smaller granular masses to 1 inch to 2.5 centimeters or more in diameter. Okay? So that's how kidney stones develop, is you're not drinking enough water and you're not sweating enough. Okay, so if you've had a kidney stone at a young age, okay, you can prevent them, future ones, from happening if you go sit in a steam room and then go in a cold tub every day. And if you can't afford a lifetime membership, okay, you can do this if you have a bath, 2 bathrooms in your house, put a bunch of ice in your bathtub. Like athletes do this all the time. It's called an ice bath. Turn your shower to hottest setting. Stay in there as long as you can until you start sweating and you feel uncomfortable. Then go sit in the cold tub. Then go back into the hot shower. Go back into the cold tub. Okay, and then all the while you have to be drinking lots of water and electrolytes. It's a natural oil change. Like when you bring your car to a mechanic or a Valvoline to get an oil change, essentially that's the same thing. So keep in mind that we're closely related to amphibians. Okay, so I'm going to go over amphetamine, a colorless liquid that volatilizes slowly at room temperature. It is a central nervous system stimulant. That's another thing that helped me get out of this, was Adderall. That was it. So it was a fluke. Get it? How all this happened. Because it stimulates your nervous system and it kicks out all that negative energy. It gets you amped up, which you constantly should be. Okay, in our before everything was destroyed here, think of it like Avatar. It was like Avatar here before, and we live in a black universe. It was all dark, basically, and all the light came from luminescent plants and the moon. Okay? So, like when you get burned, that's another, it's usually by the sun. Okay? Radioactive infrared rays. So, amphetamine Amphi on both sides, and then it's also helped me start using both sides of my brain. Prefix indicating on both sides, on all sides, double. In chemistry, it denotes certain positions or configurations of molecules. Again, you're supposed to use both sides of your brain. That's why they have the north and the south pole, kind of like you have in your head. Now, technically, you have 4 brains. You have your front brain, your back brain, your left brain, and your right brain. Okay, and if you break those down, there's even more brains. Okay, but again, they get us to only use one portion of it. And it's typically the right side, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. Amphiaster. It means on both sides, aster, star. Okay, that's where asteroids come from, I believe. Double star figure formed during mitosis. Okay, this is all of us inside our mother's water. But again, you don't take a breath of air for 9 to 10 months. Okay, you're basically breathing out of, you're not breathing, you're using your mother's umbilical cord inside water, right? And this is the stuff that doctors, I think it's called the hemoglobin test or whatever, they stick a giant needle inside right near the baby to basically poison it. Okay, and doctors have been, again, it's not their fault. Nurses, it's not your fault. Basically severely brainwashed through the schooling system. Okay? Because I believe you're supposed to stay in your mother's water for at least 10 months. 10 lunar cycles, I believe.